Hello and welcome to another episode from Squirtified Engineering. I'm Sprutis, and if you're new to the channel then please consider subscribing so you can stay up to date with all my different projects. So in this episode of Detailed Corner we will be focusing on wheel cleaners. And like the previous episode, if you do prefer this in Swedish, I also have a recording of that. So what we have now is we are in the time to change from summer tires to winter tires, so I thought it was a good opportunity to test out the different wheel cleaners that I have. So we have then of course 4 winter tires or wheels and 4 summer wheels. The winter wheels have been stored in some wheel hotel by the previous owner, I think. There are a few stickers which would suggest that. So they have been cleaned, but it looks like they also have been sitting for a while. The summer wheels, they have been on the car for, well, I've only owned the car for about 2 weeks now, so for that time minimum. And I did, during the first week of owning it, I did an exterior cleaning. I didn't remove the wheels, so I only cleaned the outside surface of them. So there are still dirt to be removed in the how do you say, the drum of the wheel. So we have that, which means that there will be a bit of A/B testing. So here we have the different setups, and this is the Car 5 wheel cleaner, and it does have the nozzle which is not optimum, so I might dilute it a little bit for that. We have the Chemical Guys Sticky Citrus Gel wheel cleaner, so it's floating but it will be sticking to the surface a little bit better. In this one I have Bollnäs Bilvård BBV wheel cleaner, which it's sort of the same consistency as the Chemical Guys ones, so it will also be sticking quite well. This one is currently undiluted, but you can dilute it up to 1:50. And I will not dilute it that much, but I will dilute it a little bit. And then we have the fourth setup, which is a combination of Bollnäs Bilvård BBV HD Degreaser, which is undiluted, so I will be using this one first, and then the Car 5 pre-wash foam. So this is the only product that will be applied with the foam lens. So the thing with these two is to sort of simulate a, let's say, a heavy cleaning or a more extensive cleaning step without using specialty products, so that we can see if this would be sort of good enough, or if you actually need to go up to the specialty products. So the idea now is to use one setup on one winter wheel and one setup on one summer wheel. The cleaning will start with the winter wheels, so that those are ready to go on the car, and then I will do my normal, or the winter prep of the car, and after that I will wash the summer wheels. So perhaps I will have to do that tomorrow. So in case you see the outside light changing a lot, then you know why. So the procedure will then be to, first of all, the cleaning will be done on a wheel that's away from the vehicle, meaning I can reach both front and back as good as possible. I will spray on the product. I will agitate it with a brush which also will spread the product over the entire surface. I will then rinse it off with a high pressure washer. I will be determining how good the product is based on ease of use, which is basically the overall score, because it would take into consideration packaging, spraying it on or applying the product, cleaning with it, etc. But that will be sort of one criteria. And then we have the working time. So I will not clock it, but usually you apply the product, and then if you let it dry, then you're pretty much screwed. So you have that time from applying till it dries. I will be spreading it out and agitating with a brush, which will modify that, so it's not really a true measurement, but what I can sort of measure on the fly is, do I have enough time to go and get the high pressure washer? Do I need to have everything ready right away, etc. And then after that I will also have a look at added defects. So if by chance I let it dry, do I get defects? I guess I will. So hopefully it will not come to that. Is it perhaps too aggressive? Will the balancing weights fall off or something like that? Will it dry out the rubber in case it gets on that too much, etc. We will talk more about this afterwards. The wheels are quite clean. There are some areas that do need a bit more attention, but they are also sort of equally clean. This is a way to test out how well the products are working on light or small areas of dirt. Normally, if you have a very dirty wheel, the product used can make a big difference, but that can also be a bit deceiving, since not all dirt needs to be removed in order to see a big change. So this is a good test anyway. And I have very limited amounts of brushes, so I will use one brush and I will rinse it off between washing the wheels. So with only HD Degreaser, we do have some action going on. It does clearing the tar based dirt. Here we have the car 5. Not so much. BBV wheel cleaner, not so much. Chemical guys, not so much. So let's agitate it with a brush. After agitating the wheels with a brush on the HD Degreaser one, we're still attacking tar-based dirt quite well. On the car 5 you can see that it's turning purple, meaning it's working. But I guess on the tar-based dirt it's working a little bit slower. In the BBV wheel cleaner we do see some that it's working, but not as well as the others, I would say. The Chemical Guys one is also working, but it started out orange, came out clear, sort of, and you have this orange hue to it. It didn't work on this dirt. I'm not sure what this is, but we will add another spraying session and then rinse them off. After rinsing the cleaning products off, here we have the one with HD Degreaser and then car 5 pre-wash, and at the initial glance it looks quite nice, but what we do see are, like in here we have a bit of brake dust which the HD Degreaser can't take care of. So basically we have that in all corners where it's tricky to get to. But also, sorry, if we are looking on the inside we see the same thing. We have this kind of brownish field going all the way around, and yeah, we need to use some of the specialty products for this. On the car 5 one it also looks nice. someone also moved in, but we can't really see any remaining burnt in brake dust and so on. And if we have a look on the inside, it's almost the same. We do have a little bit of brake dust left, and also a bit of product left. So that's another good thing with the product that changes colors. You can see where you have forgotten or where you didn't rinse enough. On the Bollnäs Bilvård wheel cleaner, it's the same as for the car 5. Nothing burnt in the edges, so it looks nice. But this one also was a bit damaged. We have corrosion damage on the inside of the rim here, but we do not have the brownish field. But then again, that could be because this might be a rear rim, maybe. And on the last one, Chemical Guys sticky wheel cleaner. Again, no burnt in dust in the corners. Maybe, but this is also a damaged rim, which will keep a bit more dirt, but we do have some areas left with dirt. Maybe it's too cold for the product. So the next step is then to use, since we didn't have any brown field in the one with Bollnäs Bilvård wheel cleaner, I will do a round on all of them with that product and see if it removes it, especially this one with HD Degreaser. So after using Bollnäs Bilvård wheel cleaner on all the wheels, we start with the HD Degreaser one. The burnt in brake dust is gone. Also on the inside. Car 5 wheel. Not much on the outside, but on the inside it was able to remove a bit more of the burnt in brake dust. The Bollnäs Bilvård only wheel. Not much difference on the outside nor on the inside. Some extra spots were cleaned off, but that could be due to me being more thorough maybe with the brush. Oops. And the chemical guys, maybe a bit more cleaner on the outside and cleaner on the inside. The dirt spots or grease or whatever that were on the outside on the wheel with the chemical guys wheel cleaner is now removed, and that was due to the Bollnäs Bilvård wheel cleaner. And now this stage is pretty much done, but just because I can, I will use a round of HD Degreaser on all wheels so that I can see that all the asphalt or tar based dirt is gone, and then car 5 pre-wash foam, and then wipe it down with Meguiar's ceramic detailer. So after using HD Degreaser on all wheels, the one that initially only got HD Degreaser, you can't really see any difference. The one with car 5, you do see that we have some asphalt based dirt left, so it's cleaning a little bit more. The one with Bollnäs Bilvård wheel cleaner, we have some activity going on here as well, and also in the chemical guys sticky wheel cleaner. So what does this then mean? Well, we need the degreaser in order to remove asphalt based dirt and organic materials. So in order to lift that out of the equation when I'm doing the summer wheels, I will start with using HD Degreaser and pre-wash foam on all wheels. I might even dry them afterwards, just so that the special wheel cleaning products can be laid on top of a dry surface. But also this will mean that it will still mean that only one wheel is only getting HD Degreaser, but the other 3 will also get a special wheel cleaner. Currently it seems like Bollnäs Bilvård wheel cleaner is in the lead, so it will be interesting to see what happens when we have much dirtier wheels. The winter wheels are finished, so I will let them sit here and dry for a little bit while I get on with the rest, but they are now ready for the winter. So here we have the wheel that's only getting HD Degreaser, and I changed my mind, so I'm doing the same approach as with the winter wheels. This one was quite dirty, but yeah, so I have agitated the dirt with a dish brush, and the second one is Car 5 wheel cleaner, and it's getting quite purple. So these first two were a bit more dirty than the other ones, so those were front wheels. And then we have the one with Bollnäs Bilvård BBV wheel cleaner. You don't really get a visual effect when using this. And then on the final rim we have Chemical Guys Sticky Citrus Wheel Cleaner. So first, brush agitation seems to have worked quite nicely. So HD Degreaser maybe a bit too little on top. Car 5, it's turning purple again, so I take that as a good sign. BBV wheel cleaner, it's I mean, the dirt is getting loose, and on the Chemical Guys Sticky Citrus Wheel Cleaner, it's dissolving the dirt, but we'll see if what happens in these areas, and also up here, if we have some burnt in brake dust or something. So on the outside they all look nice, but they have already been washed twice while being on the car. So let's have a look on the inside. So on the inside we still have some work to do. So the HD Degreaser one, maybe I wasn't as good with the brush, but in the areas where I was good, there is still dirt remaining, and the car 5 treated wheel does still contain a bit of dirt, so it would require another round. This was also one of the more dirty wheels. The Bonus Bilvård BBV wheel cleaner cleaned up quite nicely, but we do still have a little bit of dirt, like burnt in wheel dust. So another round here as well. And the second wheel that were on the more cleaner side, with Chemical Guys sticky citrus wheel cleaner, I think it leaves a bit more to wish for. So after round 2 we can still see that the one with HD Degreaser, which this one is, still have a lot of dirt left, so a specialty product is needed. On the car 5 it's looking better, but we still have these areas, and I tried to be as thorough as I could with the brush. But if we move over to the one Bonus Bilvård BBV wheel cleaner, it looks really clean, and yeah, I wouldn't say brand new, but pretty close considering the condition of the wheel. And then finally the one with the Chemical Guys sticky citrus wheel cleaner. I think this one is the dirtiest one of the ones with the specialty products. So just like with the winter rims, we will try the Bonus Bilvård wheel cleaner on all wheels and see if that can remove the remaining dirt. So the one with HD Degreaser is pretty clean. We have some dirt spots left, but much better than only HD Degreaser. Car 5 is a lot cleaner. The areas that you saw down here, they are now clean, and it's pretty nice all the way around. This wheel that initially got Bonus Bilvård wheel cleaner, just to stay equal, it also got a third round of cleaning, but yeah, it's even cleaner than before. Chemical Guys wheel cleaner, it's much cleaner now. We still have some spots left, but I would say that this field where you get burnt in brake dust is a tricky one. The outer edges would be more because of how you use a brush and whatnot, as long as you have the proper cleaning agent. So it's getting dark, so I will finish the wheels just like I finished the winter wheels. Namely, I will be using a pre-wash foam and then wipe them dry with Meguiar's ceramic detailer. So the last view before going in, the one with HD Degreaser, and also now wiped down with Maguire's ceramic detailer. Car 5, BBV wheel cleaner, and finally Chemical Guys sticky citrus wheel cleaner. Let's start off this outro by summarizing what's been done. So this is or was a product test basically of 4 products. The first product would be a category normal wash, which contained the products Bollnäs Bilvård, BBV, HD Degreaser, and a Car 5 pre-wash foam. So that would simulate a normal wash, like when you wash the entire car normally. And then we have 3 specialty products. So we have the Car 5 wheel cleaner, which does not really have a good spray nozzle, but it's supposed to be taken care of if you were to buy the product now. I have actually ordered it myself, and as far as I can tell, there is an improvement. The second product is Bollnäs Bilvård or BBV wheel cleaner, and the third one is Chemical Guys sticky citrus cleaner, sticky citrus wheel cleaner maybe. In order to have some sort of A/B testing of this, I decided to first clean the winter wheels. These are the wheels that have been stored during the summer and are about to be installed on my car. The summer wheels are then the B test, the repeated test, where I take the wheels off the car. So they are of course more dirty. And the idea is then that I have or use 1 product per wheel, and the ideal situation would have been if I had like 4 front wheels in each category, just to have the same type of dirt and the dirt buildup, heat treatment and so on. But this is the best I can do for now. And you also heard me say that I would do the HD Degreaser or the normal wash on the summer wheels before I did the specialty products, and I changed my mind, because if I were to do that, then it would no longer be an A/B testing. So I'm trying to stay on that track. So to summarize how to evaluate the result. So like I've already gone through this in the beginning, but just to have a small repeat. So the ease of use. The packaging, is it easy to use? Do you need to jump through hoops in order to use it? In other words, mix it in a special way or apply it with special products, etc., etc. And also, of course, how easy it is to apply the product on, in this case, the wheels. The next category would be working time. Do you have time to apply the product and then prepare the next step? Or is it drying too quickly? Is it, is it hard to determine that? If we have some sort of added defects, if the product is containing acid, is that leaving marks? Do you need to polish in order to remove, or are we free of that? Will there be product remaining? Is it hard to rinse off? And then the obvious category, which I don't think I spoke about in the beginning, and that is, how do these products clean the wheels? Are they managing the dirt, or are they leaving stuff behind? And then the result. So on the first wheel we first had HD Degreaser, which was followed up with Car 5 pre-wash foam. So the degreaser is, I usually buy it in a 5-liter container, which I then pour over to a spray bottle. So that requires a bit of extra work, but you can also buy it in a ready to spray bottle. So it comes with a spray nozzle, etc. And this product is not intended for dilution. So no mixing or whatever, and it's then quite easy to apply. It's basically like water, so it will be spread out easily. There is no what is called, in order to, nothing gel like, so it's not really intended as that. You spray it on and then rinse it off. And the Car 5 pre-wash foam, like it is, like the name says, it's a foam, so it's intended to be applied with a foam gun. So a bit extra work on that, but if you are washing your car like this, then I guess you will already have a foam gun, so it's already in your arsenal. So I think it's not that complicated for you. This combination does remove organic dirt. The pre-wash foam is a bit like an alkaline degreaser, and the HD degreaser is more heavy duty, as the name says. And it will remove organic dirt and also tar-based dirt. It will not do much about these burnt-in brake dust or rust particles or anything like that, so that will remain. The next one, the Car 5 wheel cleaner, that one is, like I said, it's bought in a ready-to-use container, no dilution needed, but if you do have the first generation of spray nozzle, then diluting it a little bit will help with being able to spray it out. Sorry, and this one does have a bit of gel consistency, so in order to stay longer on vertical surfaces. But this also makes it a bit harder to spray out. It doesn't flow as easily. A good thing is that it's one of those products that changes colors when it's reacting, so that will be a very clear indicator of how it's working, if it's working, and also where it is. And on the third wheel we have Bollnäs Bilvård, or BBV wheel cleaner. I can't remember if you can buy it in a ready-to-use spray bottle, but I buy it in a 5-liter container and then mix it. This one can be diluted. Unfortunately, I can't remember how diluted this one was, but it wasn't on the extreme side. It was quite diluted, just to make it less aggressive. And I use my own spray bottle for it, and so that the mixing here, you also need to measure a little bit, and you also need to take care for the bottle that you're using, so don't leave the product in it, or at least not if you have those spray nozzles where you have a hose going down and then like a weight in the bottom, just so that it follows the fluid. If that one is in metal, there can be at least some discoloration, and if the plastic isn't suited for it, well, then you used or chosen the wrong bottle from the beginning. But look out for that. You might need to pour it over into a bottle that can withstand the product a bit better, at least while you're storing it. The fourth product is Chemical Guys Sticky Citrus Wheel Cleaner, and that one, initially it was a bit hard to see where it was working. I think it was even harder to get it to spread out than Car 5. It does come in a ready-to-use bottle, and yeah, it's not really, I don't think it's user-friendly enough. You spray it on and then you basically need to spread it out with a brush or something, and sometimes you just don't want to do that, so it makes it a bit harder to use. And all of the three specialty products, they do attack the wheel specific type of dirt, so brake dust, fly rust, and things like that, but none of them are really as good as the Degreaser in removing tar-based dirt. And none of the products had any oddities when it comes to working time. They weren't drying up too quickly, and I felt that it was quite easy to rinse them off as well. It might be a bit trickier if you have the wheel on the car and you have these center caps that might hide some product, so there might be a situation where you start to drive the car again and then some purple or reddish fluid is running down the sides of the wheels. So take care when rinsing off the wheels. And from what I could see, and maybe you as well, there were no defects. So in those two regards, they are all equally as easy to use. And then we have the conclusion. So which product is the best, according to me and according to this test? Well, I think it actually is Bollnäs Bilvård Wheel Cleaner. I think it gives the best result in the easiest way, so with less, the minimum amount of effort. But I also think that a specialty product should not be used on its own, which is basically proved here, because you still need the HD degreaser or something else to remove the tar-based dirt and so on. So in order to get the wheels completely clean, you would need a specialty product and then a normal, like a heavy-duty product of some sort. The Car 5 wheel cleaner, like I said, I have bought the new one, and the reason is also quite simple. It's easy to carry with you. So I mean, all the products, they are cleaning, and if you don't have extreme amounts of dirt to remove, then I would say get the Car 5 wheel cleaner. I think it's better than the Chemical Guys wheel cleaner. Easier to use, and at a better price. So price does come in a bit, for me at least. So yeah, Bollnäs Bilvård wheel cleaner as the winner. Runner-up would be Car 5 wheel cleaner, and no matter which choice you end up with, you need a normal cleaning procedure as well. So yeah, that's the conclusion of this. If you feel differently, then please write your thoughts or comments about this in the comment section. I do have other products for weed cleaning, so I would be happy to do a follow-up video testing out other weed cleaning products. So if you feel like I really need to test some other product, then let me know in the comment section which product you would like me to see, or if you want me to focus on some other area, interior cleaning, polish, compound, wax, detailer, whatever. Write it in the comment section and I will take a look at it. So hopefully you have enjoyed this episode, and if you do so, then please remember to subscribe. Not all of you are subscribed. It will help me a lot if you do, and we can continue to do more content like this. So until the next episode, stay safe, take care, bye bye.